Thanks for tuning in to Unbreakable with Chris Chamasairos. I talk about politics, sports, and entertainment to keep you well-rounded what's going on around the world. If you don't like hearing the truth, definitely don't tune into this channel. So let's jump right in today. So we all know about Elon Musk and President Trump. They're bickering online, going back and forth, and Elon Musk is totally out of line. Elon Musk is full of shit. And for Elon Musk to tweet out that President Trump is in the Epstein files tells you what type of piece of garbage Elon Musk really is. I want you to think logically for 1 second. Joe Biden, when he was in charge, they had the file. It was Joe Biden's FBI. It was Joe Biden's DOJ. If President Trump was really in those files, the Epstein files, you don't think that would have came out and Democrats and Joe Biden, the DOJ, would have went after President Trump? It's a complete lie. And Elon Musk, let me tell you something. When Democrats were torching your Teslas and doing all the things that they were doing, I was going to make sure I purchased a Tesla every single time I needed a vehicle. I was even going to try to purchase your camper and live in it. But guess what? You have ruined that. Your stance, the way you handle this situation, now I'm not going to support you. And guess what? You lost a lot of money to begin with from the Democratic side. This was the worst possible way you could have handled this situation for your business. Because now I'm dead set. I will never buy anything Tesla again. I will never support Elon Musk ever, except for with my X account and paying my fee for the X account. And that's it. As far as buying a Tesla now, totally out of the question. And why did Elon Musk go after President Trump? You know why he went after him? Because Elon Musk wanted President Trump to leave a mandate in where the entire country would be forced to buy electric vehicles. And President Trump said, that's not fair. That's not right. A lot of people don't want electric cars. This is America. You have the right to choose to drive a Tesla. You have the right to choose whatever car you want. And Elon Musk, Mr. I'm fixing the planet. I'm for the people. He wanted a mandate in that bill that specifically said you can only buy electric cars. Mr. Freedom here. I am officially done with Elon Musk. You know why? It's not just what he said. It's the way he went about this entire situation. You couldn't act like a man and call President Trump on the phone and say, let's go sit down and have a conversation eye to eye, face to face, and we can air out our grievances. No, that's not the way you handled it. You handled it like the typical liberal Democrat that you are. You kicked, you screamed, you got on social media, you made a fool out of yourself, trying to make a fool out of President Trump. And now your business is really going to come crashing down, because I'm telling you right now, when Democrats were burning Teslas, I was like, you know what? Every single time I need a vehicle, I'm buying a Tesla. And because you handled the situation like this, now I'll never purchase a Tesla, ever. I will never purchase anything that Elon Musk has made. See, there comes a time in everybody's life, where you got to pick a side. And here's the thing. This is always the cop-out when you don't have strong people. They'll get in a room with other people that they know disagree with President Trump. They just don't like President Trump. They have no specific reason other than he's a conservative to hate his guts. And they'll get in the room, and the first thing a conservative will say to a Democrat, well, I don't agree with everything that he says and does, because it's a cop-out. I agree with everything that President Trump does. I agree with everything he says. Whether he's right or wrong, guess what? I'm going to support him no matter what. Because nobody in the history of this country has sacrificed more to make the United States of America better than President Trump. The man almost lost his life numerous times. He was almost put in prison for life. They went after his family, his businesses, his finances. Liberals and Democrats in the deep state did everything possible to end President Trump's life. So if you're a President Trump supporter, you owe it to him, no matter what he does or says. Say, that's my guy. That's who I'm rolling with. That's who I'm riding with all the way to the end. And that's who I'm riding with all the way to the end. President Trump. from day one, the first time he ran until now, I don't care what he does. I don't care what he says. I've already seen what he has sacrificed to become the president of the United States. Securest border ever. Inflation is down. Egg prices are down. Gas prices are down. Putting the American people first. Not letting other countries get over on America anymore. I don't need to see anymore. He don't need to do anything else for me. The big bill, the biggest tax break in history. And all you effing clowns that think, because you think that you should get more, like, oh, President Trump should just be mailing us all checks in the mail and fix our lives, and he's going to come. That's not how the government works. He's done enough already for me to know this. To the day that I die, no matter what President Trump does, I don't care what he does at this point. That's my guy. And for Elon Musk to do what he did, like a rich, spoiled brat, oh, I didn't get what I want. Think about this. The United States government has given Elon Musk $50 billion towards his businesses. And this is what he does because for the first time ever, President Trump is like, I can't leave a mandate in there that forces the American people to buy electric cars. Most Americans don't want electric cars. That's not right. That's not fair. And this is his response. So he bailed on Democrats for a good reason. He bailed on Republicans. He went after President Trump. Of all people that he could have, of all conservatives that Elon Musk could have went after, he goes after President Trump. A guy who's routinely left it on the line put on the line for all of us. Total you-know-what move by Elon Musk. Total you-know-what move. Done. Officially done with this clown. You know, there was a couple things that I think might have added into this. He had a black eye. Maybe President Trump punched him. Who knows? I think so. Because President Trump was like, I told him to put some cover up on that eye. Then his kid, the transgender, is on X, and he's doing that dance like a female with his hair going. And then the Special K, and then he's doing drugs, and then his businesses are in the toilet. And I think he lost his effing mind. I think the pressure and stress got to Elon Musk. But you know who never folds? You know who's that guy? You know who's that guy? Everybody wants to be a gangster, right? Everybody's a tough guy. Everybody's a gangster. Till it's time to see the judge, or till your life is on the line, or your freedom's on the line. You know who that gangster is? You know who the toughest son of a bitch ever to ever be born is? That's President Trump. Because he doesn't ever fold under any pressure. All this garbage that you hear online. Oh, he might be corrupt. Dubai might let him build a hotel over there. Who gives a shit? Even if Dubai let him build 10 hotels over there. That's what President Trump, he's a builder. He builds. Okay, that's corruption? You just sound so dumb. It's like people want nobody on the planet could go through what President Trump has gone through and come out smiling and laughing. And not only is he smiling and laughing, he's winning at every single turn. He wins he's a winner. You know what President Trump is? He's a winner. What Elon Musk is, you know who acts like Elon Musk? Liberals, Democrats, mentally unstable, trans people, losers. Losers act like Elon Musk. You couldn't call President Trump on the phone and go have a conversation with him? Effing clown. Just a clown move. Just a you-know-what type of move. That's what that is. And then here, let's read his tweets. Time to drop the really big bomb. Donald Trump is in the Epstein files. That's the real reason they have not been made public. Have a nice, you know what, Elon? You're a clown, Elon. Oh, again, you want me to believe when Joe Biden was president, Democrats had their DOJ and everything. They had the files. You don't think they would have brought these files out for the election to use it against President Trump? If you really believe that, you haven't been watching. And now the big Democratic spin is and then Elon Musk tweets, if it wasn't for me, President Trump wouldn't have won president. You wouldn't have the House or the Senate. And what he's talking about is the X platform. So what are Democrats doing? They're taking that narrative that this idiot created, that the lies that this moron created, and they're trying to say that the election was fixed. No, the election was fixed in 2020 when you rigged it for a walking corpse weekend at Bernie's Joe Biden. That's when the election was rigged. People are fed up with Democrats and liberal policies. And because Elon Musk didn't get every single little toy that he wanted, he's taking back his toys and he's mad and he's going to kick some rocks. And now President Trump is a pedo. Elon, you're an effing clown. And you just destroyed your entire business, man. You destroyed your entire. See, I already knew Democrats as soon as you came out, most people weren't going to buy your car. But guess what? You still had 120 million Americans that are for President Trump that are saying, you know what? I see Elon Musk is getting screwed. Let me purchase his stuff to show him support. That was the boat that I was on. I'm looking for a new car pretty soon. I want an RV camper in case things go wrong. And I'm like, you know what? I don't like what you're doing to Elon Musk. He supports President Trump. So since he supports President Trump, I'm going to support him. Well, you just ruined that, pal. You officially ruined that. I'm completely done with Elon Musk. President Trump is the greatest American to ever live. God bless Donald Trump. If it wasn't for President Trump, if Kamala Harris won that election, you could have kissed the country goodbye. Do you know how many illegals were showing up at the border? There was 100,000 illegals every week at the border. Every single day, 100,000 illegals. And now everybody's mad because President Trump has cleaned up the mess. We got gangbangers everywhere, human traffickers, sex traffickers. You know how many kids and women were sexually assaulted at the border? And Joe Biden and Kamala Harris told you they just laughed. Everything's fine. Who gives a shit? Oh, if you think otherwise, you're a racist. There's something wrong. Kamala Harris cackling as little kids. There's 600,000 children nowhere to be found in America, handed over to pedos, sweatshops, and everything else. And President Trump has cleaned up all this mess, rescuing people. Him and Tom Homan, keeping American people safe. And this is the thanks that he gets from Elon Musk. You know what, Elon? F you. I'm totally done with you. I will never support you again. We should all be thanking God for President Trump. He's the greatest American to ever live. Thanks for tuning in to Unbreakable with Chris Chamasiros.